Hi everybody, it's Gail from Gail's Bookish Things. A few weeks ago I did a video on April showers, bringing May flowers, and so I kind of featured some blue inks that were supposed to be like rain. I will show you those in my ink log here. So I had Aquaman Deepwater Blue, the Lambie Tourmaline, Colorverse Blue Moon, and Noodler's 54th Massachusetts. And I really enjoyed using those, but I thought it was time to switch out, try some new pens, and try some new colors. So I really wanted to go with the May flower idea, so maybe bringing in some more springy looking colors. So this is what I selected. In my Kaweco Brass Sport, I have the Aurora Purple. And to me, that's almost more like a fuchsia, which maybe is a type of purple, but I think more pinkish than I do purple when I see that. But it's a pretty color. I'm trying it in this pen, of course. This is a broad nib, but I don't know that I've tried this combination before, and so I'm kind of curious to see how I will like this ink in that pen. And then my good old Lambie Vista, I used this last time, but I so much enjoyed having the Noodler's 54th Massachusetts in it. The color looked really pretty. Here it looks pretty bland. This paper isn't giving it its best quality, but in regular writing on my Tomoe River paper or on the Cosmo Air, the two I use the most often, it was a very nice writing and it was a little more blue. But anyway, in here I have Alt Goldgrün. So that's by Rohrer and Klingner. This is a nice broad nib, and my other inks have worked well, or some of them have worked well with this nice broad nib. And the Alt Goldgrün I've been kind of frustrated with. It's a little more dry to me. And I have tried, my friend Jen sent me some of that ink. I forget the name of it now. It's something lightning, but it helps the pen or the pen's ink to be more like lubricated, to flow better. I'm going to try it plain first in this to see if this broader nib helps me like this ink better. It was one of those things I loved on the samples that I saw online, the swatching, but in my pens, I felt like it was much more dry than I prefer. But I love this shade of green. Let's bring that closer a minute. It just looks like spring and summer to me. So we will see how that goes. If it drives me nuts, I may try adding some of the, I think it's like white lightning. I don't know. I'm sorry that I've forgotten, but anyhow, we'll try mixing that up if this still doesn't work. And then in my TWSBI Eco Purple Broad Nib, I have the Lambie, or however you like to say it, Azurite. I thought that looked really pretty in this pen. And this reminds me of those deep purple African violets. I used to have one when I was a kid growing up in my windowsill. It was really deep purple like this with the little yellow centers. It was beautiful, and that's what that makes me think of. So I thought that'd be fun for spring. And then I have in my Benu Briolette, this is the Luminous Amber. And if you're wondering, it does glow, but you have to let it get a lot of sunlight during the day for it to do that. So it can glow at night. It's just a gimmick. I mean, who's writing in the dark late at night? I don't know, not me, but it's still fun that it glows. And I've always been attracted to glow in the dark items, even since I was little. So I thought this was so pretty. My husband bought this for me when I was first getting into fountain pens. This is inked with Kujaku. That's the Iroshizuku ink by Pilot. And I think I'm really going to like that. I've almost liked every ink in this pen. So those are my 4 new ones. I still have my TWSBI Eco Gray, Cement Gray pen with the J. Urban Stormy Gray or Grise Orage. So that is what I am working on. This Lambie was a sample. The others I have bottles of, and I wanted to show you something else since this is the month for Mother's Day. my family is going to help put in a little vegetable garden this weekend for my Mother's Day present. I hope that we're having good weather because it has been raining. We're still having the April showers, even though it's May. My good friend Susan gave me this book either for my birthday or Christmas. I can't remember now which. But her daughter is married to my son, and we share grandchildren, and she's a wonderful lady, and I love her so much and so glad we're family. And she gave me this book because we both love Susan Branch. Her art and her 3 biographies are so much fun. She has lots of other cute books. But this is going to be fun. I haven't started on it yet. I did try starting a notebook some time ago of my personal memoirs, stuff I thought the kids might be interested later on down the road, but I haven't been very consistent with that. I maybe because it's so random. I tried to go in order, and then to me, that just starts to feel tedious. I'm not a real order type person in some things. So I like this. I like that this gives me the prompt to help me write significant things that will be of interest later on to somebody, hopefully. Stuff about my parents, stuff on vacations, favorite foods, what my room was like. Did I keep my room clean? Yes, I did, for the most part. Were there magical places in your childhood home you remember? Her books, her illustrations in her books are so adorable. Whoops, there we go. I really like the detail of her drawings. Describe a typical Saturday, concerts. There's a lot here. Worst job, best job. Oh boy, that'll be hard. Love at first sight. Did you ever have that? Tell me about the most romantic date you ever went on. And then it gets into, starting a family. So that'll be a little bit of history for my kids or grandkids about my husband and myself. But basically it calls itself a guided journal, 124 guided pages to record your history. It's got a little bit of texture on the cover. Susan Branch does just lovely watercolor. So I would suggest her books. I have talked about them before, but she has, well, let me pause and I'll show them to you. Hang on. I won't elaborate. I know I have recently talked about these, but these are sort of like her autobiographies. I believe she wrote this one first, not positive, but the order of them is Fairy Tale Girl, Martha's Vineyard, Isle of Dreams. Loved this one. And A Fine Romance, Falling in Love with the English Countryside. So this was so much fun. I just have to show you. It's like her actual journal. There's pictures, and it looks like she just wrote in this book and you're holding her journal. They're all similar to that. But anyway, focusing on this since Mother's Day is coming up. So that's all for now. Hope you're having a great day, and we'll talk to you soon. Take care. Bye.